Because the blame is painful. People say, I told you so. Mm-hmm. That's painful. I have to go through this in order to be prepared for the next level.
Anytime, if you want to go higher, you're going to have to face your giant. You're going to have to face your demons. You're going to have to face your obstacles. You're going to have to face your biggest fears. You got to live with the decision you make.
That's why I was so unsure.
Yes, you got to live with it. What you're doing is you miss the opportunity to find a way. And even if you don't have experience, but you get the knowledge, whew, man, you're still dangerous. Because now you got the knowledge to do now you know what to do.
Yeah.
Now you're just waiting for the opportunity to do it.
Let's chill. Hello, hola, bonjour, Sunny Bonani.
Namaste. What up, Chapter Chillers? Yes, it's your boy, Coach LJ. I'm with my awesomeness, my best friend, my business partner, my better half.
You're still thinking about it.
Yes, my better half. The one and only lady Siza. She is in the building. Yes. So, are you ready for another transformative, empowerment episode of Chilling with the Chaplins? You know where we are. Elevating our lives, empowering businesses, United coaches, and yes, and fueling success. Not just South Africa, but Africa and the world. So we bridging the gap from American to the rest of the world, and the rest of the world to America. Because we in America we had the disadvantage because we didn't learn world history. So America get the opportunity to learn world history from our channel. So and we talk about everything from business to empowerment to self-improvement, because my wife is a health inspector with a leadership background, and I'm a business, marketing, and management background. I'm about to be on my way to be a PhD.
We're about to have a doctor in the house.
Yes, doctor in the house.
For the next 5 years, right?
5 years. I'm going to try to get it done as soon as possible. I know the classes be done like in 4 years. 4 years. And
PhD is no child's play. So please don't be going around claiming that you're doctors.
Yeah.
When you didn't
You
did not do it for
exactly.
5 or 4 years.
You ain't do no dissertation. You didn't do no work. Come on, no papers.
You just did assignments. Assignments are for high schoolers.
Yeah.
Because even master's level, you do papers.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do that thesis. You do the thesis. So don't tell me, I got a PhD.
I'm a doctor.
No, you're not a doctor. You earn it. Yeah. No.
Ask Dr. Vernon, he'll tell you, because he doesn't like these people who claiming for PhD.
Yeah.
When they didn't earn it.
No, you earn it.
We have to go and
you
must go and defend.
Yes, you got to defend that dissertation. Yes, and it's a lot of work with the research. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So yeah. So
all right, back to our session. So today we are diving deep into. This is actually one of my favorites: breaking barriers, shifting mindset to overcome excuses and procrastination.
And we both can speak on that because I think we all procrastinate, but we definitely. I know one. I'm a recovery procrastinator.
You're actually a master of procrastinating.
Yes.
You lead the pack.
Yes, I lead the pack. Yes.
So the question is.
So we basically speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely speaking from experience.
So the question is, have you ever wondered why, despite knowing what you need to do, you still find yourself trapped in a cycle of excuses and delay? I'm asking you that question before the chillers answers.
Yes.
Why? Why don't you just do things when you know that you have to do them and they're important and you wait for last minute?
I'm learning no.
But what causes that? Do you know what causes it?
Yes, I always say this, and the reason why we procrastinate, because everyone procrastinates. A lot of times,
is not in the top of your priority.
Yeah, my priority. It's something that I don't really want to do. I wait till the last minute. So this is why. When the stop procrastinating, one of the things that you can implement right away, if you can, is delegation. And I like this because.
But what if it's something that you must do?
If it's
like the taxes.
Yeah.
I'm a tax preparer, but he has to work with me to work on our taxes.
Yes.
He's procrastinating.
I am procrastinating. Yes. But here's the thing too. So now there's a book, right? But there's a thing called Eisenhower Matrix. So it's four quadrants, right? 4 quadrants, and one of the quadrants is non-important, urgent, delegate. So all the different things you gotta put in the things. Knowing what to do now, what to do later, or what you need to dedicate, or whatever. So once you understand these 4 programs and you map out a list, okay, I need to do this right now. You do that now. That's very important, and that's time sensitive. So I need to do that right now. And the one that's not important, and not urgent, you can either delegate it or not do it, or like put it to a later task. So these are tricks and things that you can learn
to be able to get things done.
Yeah, to get things done.
So let's get ready to transform now our view and your view actually on how to actually navigate these challenges. And halt the cycle of overthinking, because that's a big one. I think most procrastinators are big overthinkers.
Yes, I know.
They will think something over, like they just in their heads.
Yes, I'm always in my head. Yes, I'm always in my head.
And this thing of in your head, I learned it in America. I'm in my head.
I'm in my head.
Like, why are you in your head?
I'm in my head.
And then we're gonna also help to dismantle those financial and knowledge barriers that keep us from achieving our dreams. Because, we will make excuses about finances. We make excuses about where we were born. We make excuses about where are we currently. And that holds us back in achieving what we're supposed to achieve.
I agree. And here's another thing, too, that I want to bring a window. It talk about blind spots. And these things, a lot of these things is blind spots. And if you don't understand your blind spots, you don't know, then you're gonna procrastinate. Then you're gonna continue to fall in these vicious cycles. Why? Because you're not dealing with these blind spots. And that's what this episode is about. It's about helping you to understand these blind spots so that you begin to put things in practice, begin to put some things into place. In perspective, and so that you can begin to get things done and know what you need to get done. Yeah.
So let's get started and turn those obstacles into stepping stones. If you put in the work today, guess what? 2025 might look a whole lot different.
Yeah.
You can actually do a 360 turn just by not procrastinating and not overthinking.
Yeah.
Because we want 2025 to be even bigger and better.
Yeah.
Because 2024, we're still starting it. There's still a chance.
Yeah.
But let's prepare even better for 2025.
Yeah, because and here's the thing too, because 2024 you should have started last year. 2023 you should have boom. Because you should be hitting the ground running already in 2024. Boom. So that now this year, for those that didn't prepare last year and they want a better life, now you gotta start doing things today for the next year.
To get the habits.
To get the habits going, to get it, to get the balls rolling.
But I always still say that it's never too late.
It's never too late. Yes, it's never too late. Yeah. But you gotta start. That's what we're saying. We gotta start now. If you start,
the main thing is to get started.
Yeah, to get started. All these different episodes, and we've been on the road for the last couple of weeks with these series. Mindset. Yeah, we've been on the road with vision.
Because I think mindset is like the key thing to anything. That's what holds most of us in achieving our goals, because we before people even talk down to us, we talk down on ourselves. We'd be telling yourself in your mind, you might not even spit it out, oh, I'm too overqualified, or I'm underqualified, or I don't belong in that room, or whatever. You speak yourself out of things, which some people think, but I see you doing it. And you'll be like, no, not me. I speak for myself with that, because most people have seen me as this really successful public speaker. But for some reason, I sometimes look at myself and think, I can't do what these people are doing. And when I'm sitting in front of the speakers, I'm like, I can do better than what they do.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
But I just haven't thrown myself out there enough to be able to get the opportunities, because of course you've got to throw yourself out there.
Yes, you have to throw yourself out there.
Come your way, because opportunities are not just going to come to you. You have to put yourself out there.
Yes. So you would say mindset matters?
It matters.
It matters.
It matters. Mindset matters. I mean, like I was making an example of myself, I need to stop overthinking and just do it.
Yes.
Just like Nike, just do it. So understanding the power now of the growth mindset and the fixed mindset, because that's where the biggest challenge is. Because a person with a growth mindset thinks very differently from a person with a fixed mindset.
Yes.
Some examples of this is okay. So before we go there, so the importance of seeing obstacles for growth, because that's how the growth mindset and the limited, I like to say limited or fixed mindset thinkers think, is when they see opportunities as growth or as obstacles.
Yeah, and I would say this too, because the scripture is a powerful scripture. It says, as a man thinketh, so is he. And so it's very important how we see ourselves, how we see obstacles, because one person is seeing an obstacle as a challenge.
One person sees an opportunity.
And one person sees a challenge as an opportunity.
Or even a learning.
Yeah. You know, like even in Psalms 120 and 119 say, you know, it was good that I was afflicted so I could learn. That person was afflicted.
It expanded his mind. It changed.
It changed it. So instead of seeing it as, that's a person with a growth mindset. And if you walk through, we encourage you too. There's a book out there, Core Mindset by Carol Dwight. You'll see the link will be in the scripture as well if you want to purchase the book. But that's a good book to read. So now that person seen a challenge as a learning opportunity. Like David, another one. David, I love that scripture. We quote it all the times. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the death, I will fear no evil. So guess what? David didn't see his challenge, his valley, as doom and gloom. He's seeing his challenge, his valley, as I'm coming out of this situation. I know I'm in this right now, but guess what? I'm not gonna stay here. And this is why David because he went through a lot and seen a lot. This is why he able to see when he said, "I was once young and now I'm old, and I never seen the righteous forsaken nor the seed begging bread." Why? Because anything that he went through, he knew he was coming out. He didn't see.
He knew that it was just a temporary situation.
He knew that, yeah, it was a temporary, and this storm is just gonna make me better. It just was a stepping stone to prepare me for the next challenge, for the next level.
I have to go through this in order to be prepared for the next level.
Anytime, if you want to go higher, you're gonna have to face your giant. You're gonna have to face your demons. You're gonna have to face your obstacles. You're gonna have to face your biggest fears in order to go to the next level. Whatever you're afraid of. Oh, thank you. Job even said it. The thing I was most afraid of is what came upon me. And until you overcome your fears, you're going to keep bumping against your fears. You're going to keep going. And so this is why you got to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow and not be doom and gloom, because you're going to still be in the same vicious cycle of never overcoming, never going to the next level, never going higher, because you're not seeing it. You gotta see it. So yeah, we gotta begin to adapt that growth mindset and say, you know what, I can do this.
Absolutely,
I can overcome.
Because it's easy to have this perfect mindset when things are going right and when everything is going good.
Everything going good, yes.
But what happens when things start going south? What happens when things start not
hit the fan? When things hit the fan.
When the SHIT hits the fan.
Hit the fan, yes.
You know, how do we respond to that? You know, and most of us don't respond very well, myself included. You know, I had to make a decision today, and I called the whole world. Okay.
Yeah.
I called literally the whole world to help me make a decision because I knew the answer. But I just needed people to help me validate me, okay, and make me see that my answer was the right way or the wrong way, whatever. But I was just panicking, and so it helped me to get views from people that I trust. To help me decide.
It's easy.
Sometimes you can do that instead of just thinking it in your head, because it can make you go crazy.
Yeah, it's easy when things is going good. You can, it's easy to make decisions.
You can quote the scriptures.
Yeah, you quote the But when life happen, and that's most times when life happen, when you got to go through Man, let's see when you still had that same attitude.
Are you able to now see obstacles or
Are you, opportunities? Yes.
Or you'd be like, oh, not me again.
Not me again. Yeah.
Or instead of making these barriers look like things that are really you can't overcome, you know. So let's try and I think this episode, what we're trying to achieve is to move from that fixed mindset to a growth mindset and seeing every situation as an opportunity to learn or to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's about.
So let's look at learning in a nutshell. Okay, just learning as a new skill, because most people are afraid to learn.
Yes.
Because like we were saying earlier, even when you go through stuff, it's a learning opportunity. Even when we do jobs or do tasks that we do not enjoy or do not like, if the season calls for that, then maybe you're supposed to go through that because you will learn something out of that.
Yes,
you know?
I agree.
So fixed mindset, a person with a fixed mindset will be saying, maybe for example in
coding, you want to learn coding.
If you want to learn like a new skill, like coding, like accountancy in my case, like taxes in my case.
Yes.
Like I could have easily said, this is tough. You know, I can't do this.
It's beyond me.
It's you know, I'm not a maths person. I'm not a numbers person. And I used to say this. And that's why I'm so proud of myself that I actually overcame that by just going ahead and doing these taxes. And not just my taxes, but people's taxes that I did not know. Because you don't mess with people's money, okay? Yeah. That's one thing you never do. So I developed a growth mindset by doing that, by saying, you know what, F it. I'm not good at numbers. I really struggle with my accountancy. But because I'm using a growth mindset, I'm going to throw myself in the ocean and just learn this thing and do it. And I've already mentioned before, guess what? I was one of the top people in my class or in the office who was doing great. Closing ratio was phenomenal, was even above, you know, the managers. I won't say the managers, but above the required rate, you know. And I did great. When the hours started going down, guess what? I still was maintaining the office versus other people, which meant that I was adding value to the office, you know. So me making an example of myself is that it's possible to move from a fixed mindset into
a growth mindset.
A growth mindset.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you to help me out because this name is not coming
out.
Yeah,
it's growth mindset. I'm sorry. Yeah. But even like for myself, you know, I had a fixed mindset for a long time with my speaking.
Yes.
Yes. With my speaking.
And look at you now.
Yes.
You're one of the best facilitators.
Yes. So with my speaking, I had a fixed mindset. Oh man, I can't talk. I can't speak.
You enjoy facilitation.
I enjoy facilitation. I love helping people.
We're not going there.
I do. I love helping people. I love speaking.
You love to impart information.
I love imparting information. So I know I have to develop this growth mindset because if I stay in my head, then I won't be doing what I'm doing today. You know, and so I had to develop the growth mindset. So, you know, I can learn. You know, I can get better. I can, you know, slow things down. I can practice speaking and I know in time, if I step out there, like I said, step in the ocean, like the scripture said, launch out in the deep. If I launch out in the deep, eventually things will get better. That I will begin to. Again, I'm gonna use a sports analogy. A football. In football, they say, you know, when they talk about, you know, the game, because the game move fast, and so they always said you gotta slow the game down. And once you slow the game, once you slow the game down, the game will catch up to your abilities. So if you never slow the game down, then it will always continue to move fast. And this is why a lot of people don't make it, because the game never slowed down to them. And so I understood if I wanted to impact people, if I wanted to make a difference, if I want to get this boot camp out, because I want to build a school. The goal is one of my long-term goals is to build a school.
We're putting it out there.
Yeah, we're putting it in the universe. It's to build a school. And so for me to build a school, I had to put myself out there to get started with the mentorship program in the community, in the podcast. All this is stepping stones. Every challenge is a stepping stone to that's going to lead to something else. You know, to the bigger goal. The bigger goal is to, you know, one of my
dreams
that I had when I first got saved is I knew the Lord was showing me is I'm gonna have 2 corporate buildings, one for ministry and one for and secular. I knew that, so I'm like, okay, but I had to go through different phases in my life. When after I got saved, was school, was this, and I had to be willing to step out, and regardless of my infirmities, my weakness, I had to still step out and say, you know what, I can learn it, I can get better. You know, and when I came up with the challenge, because I came up with a lot of challenges. Man, when I first started school, I was terrible. My grammar was terrible. I don't know how I passed that first class, but I made it through. But I prayed, I asked the Lord, and the next time I went to that class, thank God I had the same professor too, because I noticed the difference, right? I know it because when I went in that class the second time for the different class, a light bulb came on, and I said, "Oh, I had another experience. Like, oh, I got it. I see it now. It got clever." And even with the professor, she seen like, "Yeah, your writing did improve." And so, yeah, but I have to develop this growth mindset and say I can learn, I can get better. If I'm gonna achieve my goals and achieve the dream that that the Lord was showing me, then I have to develop this growth mindset. Say, you know what, I think
we all need to develop a growth mindset if we want to be successful.
Yeah.
Another example would be somebody facing criticism at work, in their workplace. Some would say, I can't do this job, or this is too hard for me, whatever. But a person with a growth mindset would say, you know, I appreciate this feedback.
Yeah, I accept it.
Yeah, because it's gonna make me do better and be better.
Yeah. You know, they see feedback as a feedback loop, and not criticism. They don't see the feedback as criticism, because a lot of times when you're on a job, you see it as criticism. Oh, they're coming down on me. They're talking about me. They don't like me. All this kind of stuff. Yeah.
And another example would be overcoming financial setback. So a person with a fixed mindset would say, I'm doomed financially. Or they will just speak negatively. Oh, these bills out. I'm tired of paying Peter and paying Paul.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
You know, you just talk.
Living from post to post.
And you call yourself broke and all that.
Yeah.
Of course you're creating it. You're putting it out there.
Yeah.
You know, some people would say, instead of saying that, say I'm financially overstretched, you know, because at least you're not saying you're broke, you're just financially overstretched, you know, or you know, just find ways around it instead of using these negative words. And a growth mindset also could say, I'll use this period to learn better budgeting, you know, and not focus on what you don't have, but focus on what you could have.
Yes, because at the end of the day, too, any situation that we may go through and we come across, you know, it's figure outable. You just got to figure something out. Any situation we go through, it's figure outable. You know, if you, with mindset, even if you're going through a challenge right now, if you think hard enough, if you'll come up with a strategy. My strategy, if I'm going through a situation, my go-to is prayer. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm asking the Lord, you know, help me out. Just like
they say, if you pray about it, don't
worry about it. Yeah, if you're gonna worry about it, don't pray about it. So you know, and here's the thing too, right? My thing is prayer, and right now, even like right now, if I'm in a tough situation, I'm like, Lord, I need your guidance. You know, one of my things is I'm like, okay, Lord. You know, one of my prayers, help me to be a better steward of my finances. Help me be a better steward of my relationships. Help me be a better steward of different things. So I want to be a good steward. Yeah. You know, so because the word said, much is given, much is required. And so if I want to do much, then it's going to require more of me. And so and I want more, and I want to overcome, and I want to achieve all these things. But also I had to be a good steward, because He gives those more when he see that you are faithful. When you're able to handle the things that He has given, the little things. If you're in the manner of certain things, then you're able to. Then He give you more. Right. Yeah.
And so let's talk about the overthinking trap, because that's the biggest loophole. No, not even trap.
Trap. Yes.
You know, for most people, because when we overthink, it leads to paralysis. Something happens in the mind.
Yes.
And
analysis paralysis.
Right.
Paralysis by analysis.
You just keep on, like, especially people who are like
analytical people. We say the C's and this assessment.
They're the worst.
Yes.
Because they'll be going through it again and again. Like,
and we're not bashing. We good. We need the C's. I'm a high C when I'm under pressure. So this means I'm an overthinker. So this is who I am. Yes.
And I overthink, but also once I make the decision, I've made it.
Yeah, she made it. Yes, you're high D.
I don't turn back.
You're D. That's right.
But it's just sometimes if it's a hard decision, just getting that affirmation as well. I saw it from today that I need that that affirmation that you're doing the right thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So that because I think one of the fears
that wasn't a C though. That wasn't a C. That was the I.
That came up today.
Yeah, that was the I. That wasn't the C. You wasn't overthinking. You just need an affirmation.
I needed an affirmation.
You just need an affirmation.
Because I knew the answer already.
You need the agreement. That was the I. That wasn't the C. That was the I.
I think that I came up because, me just wanting that affirmation or that confirmation from others is that I don't want people saying, why did you miss that opportunity? You should be. I just didn't want the blame. The blame is painful. People say, I told you so. Mm-hmm. That's painful, So for me, I think that's why I called key people that I usually talk to say, hey, what you think about this situation? Because, hey, I'm stuck, because these are the same people that I go to when I need advice as well. Yeah.
And we want to let you know, we do offer this assessment. And so if you want to know yourself better and where you're staying at, we say, take this assessment so you begin to understand if you're a C, if you're an I, if you're an S, if you're a D.
And it's important.
It's very important
to know this.
To know that, because if you are high C and an analytical person, then you could adapt strategies, to in your life. So because you gotta know, okay, you know what? Because when you're a high C, you gotta say, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. I got all of the data I need. And now I gotta take action. Yeah. Now and that's the thing, when you're overthinking, because sometimes you got too much data, and you got,
I think that's what it is. Too much data,
and it's overwhelming you. Yeah. And so now you wanna simplify it to amplify action. You want to simplify to amplify action. So you do gotta get started. Okay, data is great, but you have to get started. You gotta you know what? It's go time. It's go time. And another thing too, to live with the decision you make.
That's why I was so unsure.
Yes, you gotta live with it. Even if I know, because a lot of times you might make a lot of bad decisions, and that, like you said, when people are, you should have took this. You know what? It's okay. It was your decision,
and you have to live with it.
Okay. If you made a mistake, so what? It's okay. Yeah. You're learning. Yeah. No. Go back.
But
go
I'm
back.
too old for oopses.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. You are too old. But here's the thing. John Master wrote a book. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn. So you never lose. You're always learning. And so even you overthinking because you're like, oh man, if I make a decision, what people gonna say? What's gonna happen next? This and that. No, make a decision. And live with it. Stick by it. And so if whatever happens.
A set of balls.
Yeah. If whatever happened. Yo, I'm telling you, I say this most of the time. Yo, I had a job interview one time. And on the job interview, I had to be there. Right? And so I made the decision to help my cousin out because he wanted me to go with him to New York because we were going to help out somebody else out. I had an interview. I told him I had an interview. I had to be there. And I'm like, I can't go because I don't want to be late for the interview. But you know what? I helped him anyway. I helped him out anyway, right? I went to the interview, helped him out. Guess what? We was there in New York. See, that's the one. These New York courthouses, I kind of knew it because New York is no joke. So we went there, and we were there for a long time. And I got back. I was late for my interview. Late for my interview.
And you missed that opportunity.
Missed the opportunity.
For somebody who would never help you.
Yeah. So guess what happened? Right? Okay. I was disappointed. I was hurt. I'm like, man, I should never win. But guess what? I said, I live with it. I made a decision to go help him. And I cried. So I went home. I cried to the Lord. I'll tell you, I went to the Lord, I cried, and I went home. I cried, and then I said, you know what? It's okay. I live with that decision. It is what it is, and God opened up another door for me, and it wasn't more money, but it was better because God knew what was about to happen. He knew I was about to start school. And I needed that part-time gig while I was in school, because if I were working for that job at full-time, it probably would have been a lot harder to get through school if I would have had that full-time job. Yeah. But because I had the part-time gig, I was able to get through school. So God knows. See, that's another. God knows these things, and sometimes, and that's why you gotta see things as an opportunity, because sometimes you don't know your end. You don't know what's down the road. But when you me as a child of God, I don't know, and so I depend on the Holy Ghost and them to direct me and show me the way. Yeah. So lay with your decision, and make the decision. Get the information, but make the decision eventually.
So let's just talk briefly about how to simplify decision making as well, and choices. An example would be, if you want to start a fitness routine like I have, overthinking over when do I start? How will it fit into my work schedule? I don't have gym gear, all that. You go through so much. And
endless plan research, yes.
And you end up not starting. Instead of just taking what you have and just going with the flow. And things will unravel themselves as you go. And then, like for me, I started off without any gym clothing, and slowly but surely I'm buying some gym clothing so that I'm able to enjoy even more my exercise routines. Writing a report, overthinking of where to start. This was before the ChatGPT phenomena and AI, where you can just tell AI, say, I want to write about this, and they write for you.
Eliminate the blocks.
I remember as an author myself, before the ChatGPT era, oh my God, I would sit there and think, how do I start? I know what to write, but I just don't know how to start it. And I remember with that last book that we wrote, oh my God, it was so hard. I would sit there and think, I know how to say it. I know what to say, but how do I start it? So thank God for artificial intelligence now. Opening a cafe or a store, thinking about the details. Just get it
all
done.
The details,
and focus on things that matter. Quality
of coffee or whatever, quality of the food and coziness. Think about that. Just one, find that one thing and focus. Don't think about all the details, because what's gonna happen if you think about all the details, it never gets done. If you think about, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, it never gets done. And it goes back to that analysis by paralysis. You get paralyzed because you think about too much at one time, and it never get done.
Let's talk about our favorite one, money matters.
Yes, financial fears.
And navigating the money barriers
with creativity. That's key. Yeah.
How do we overcome these financial barriers that we have? How do we creativity? Creativity meaning like, how do we come out of it? How do you find ways to come out of it? And one would be somebody saying, the most common excuse, I don't have enough money, or I don't have the money to do that. Yeah,
that's a cop-out too. Because you always say, I don't have enough, I don't have the money.
Instead of just finding a way to do it.
They always say, when there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
When there's a will, there's a way. Another one that they always say, there's always a ram in the bush. And so, if there's a will, there's a way. So when you because it goes back to mindset. As a man thinketh, so is he. And if you say, I don't have the money, what you're doing is you miss the opportunity to find a way. You're missing opportunity.
And also that financial barrier or that financial situation could actually be a catalyst to become a business person, to become to come out of it in even a better way than you were in. But you just have to find a way.
Find a way. You just got to sit down and think a little bit. Just sit down and come up with different strategies. Like, again, creativity.
Crowdfunding.
Using crowdfunding.
Put it out there and take your ego and put it and sit on top of your ego and just put it out there and say, hey, friends and family, I need your help. I want to start a project. Of course, some will come and help assist. Some might not, but that's okay. Because you might find a few who will say, hey, we know she's a dreamer, he's a dreamer. Let's help him out. $25 or $10 won't hurt, in our budget. So yeah, some people are using crowdfunding more and more now.
More and more now, yes. You're seeing it all the time now. And crowdfunding has been around for a long time, but yeah, that's one. This is how a lot of tech companies got up and running. They crowdfunded. Businesses like tech, and it costs a lot of money to design AI. Technology
and some banks, if you don't have the what you call
collateral,
they won't give you nothing.
Yeah, even when you go into real estate, you need that down payment. So you gotta find creativity to get that down payment. You gotta find ways to get that down payment. You gotta be resourceful. A lot of times you gotta sell strategies. If you got no capital, you gotta find ways. What's in your home, what's in your house, what's in your hands.
Sell stuff.
Sell things. A lot of we all got stuff in our house that we can sell. They call it arbitrage. When you go in your house and you start selling things to get what you need. So
taking it back to the barter system.
Taking it back to the barter system. So it's very important to do these things. And and whatever you want to do, these are different strategies that you can start implementing into your life. The thing too is the layaway. Don't forget about the layaway. I grew up on the layaway. Definitely.
Especially if you're gonna get a layaway where they don't give you a limit.
Yes, when you don't get
you have to do it in 12 months.
Listen,
I came for you because I didn't have the money in the first place. Why are you limiting me? But also I like the limit in a way because it pushes you to pay.
Pay it off fast.
Sometimes when you have no limit, you just whatever. I look at other bills and I'll see that whenever come around to it. But they're not losing out in anyways because they have the furniture or the clothing in their store anyways. If you don't come and get it, they're not losing anything. So I don't know why they put pressure on you.
You budget for it, you save up for it. These different things that you could do. So you definitely want to save up and definitely. But
so, and in a nutshell, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
After everything that we've mentioned, it's important just to go out there and do your own due diligence. I always say this because overcoming the I don't know hurdle is a big one. If you don't know, then listen. We got Google.
Yes.
We got YouTube University.
Yes.
We got ChatGPT. We've got AI apps. I mean, we have a ton of stuff out there.
Especially now, we got more information now.
Absolutely.
But it goes. See, here's the thing: the knowledge is power. Overcoming the hurt. I don't know. One thing I must say this too, because one thing that I picked up when I first gave my life to Christ. Yes, I'm gonna say I'm always. But these is revelation. These are nuggets that I picked up though. That it told me. I sing eat the word. Eat the word. Eat the word. Spend time in the word. And so now I'm gonna take it further because we get spent. I'm using it in the practical sense, because we not just eat the word, but eating the lesson, eating whatever you like. I had to go back to school and dive in and eat them lessons and really get acquainted with my lessons, get acquainted with my field, get acquainted with them textbooks, get acquainted, eat the word, eat the textbook, and so. Even with the U2 University, I had to get acquainted with U2 University when I was in school and get acquainted with whatever I'm trying to learn, what I don't know. And so in the book club that we done, I love this. In the book club with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one thing I seen that I love, he said, if it's something that he don't know, and he want to be in something or get involved with something,
he goes for a course.
He go for a course. He take a training, join a webinar, lunch and learn, whatever it is, some type of training, so that he can know what he want to get involved in. So knowledge is power. But if you don't know something, if you want to start a business and you don't know how right now, to eliminate that, because again, if we don't, we're gonna procrastinate. We're not going to get going. We're going to make excuses. It's not for me. No. Overcome the not. We eliminate the blind spots. These are blind spots that we have. The knowledge, the money, all the different things are blind spots. And so if you have a knowledge problem, then guess what? You learn. You do what you got to do. I went back to school. For you now, we got the 6-month mentorship boot camp. You want to start a business where you don't have to go back to school and pays $30,000 for a year for 4 years. You could, for a fraction of the cost, you could join the 6-month mentorship boot camp to turn your idea into a sustainable, scalable business. If you want to learn tech, guess what happened? You don't have to go to
the college.
You go to course careers. So they got different things that you could do. Take a course, join a mentorship program. Workshops, lunch, webinars, all these different things. Podcasts. You listen to podcasts. You keep listening to it. And remember, eat the word. If you got to listen to that podcast over and over and over again till something click, I'm telling you, if you keep going, you keep listening, something's going to click. Something's going to break. And this is why I'm for knowledge. I'm for education, because if I don't know something,
education is power.
If I don't know something, eventually something's gonna click. Something's gonna click. Something like, oh, I see it now. And even if you don't have experience, but you get the knowledge, whew, man, you're still dangerous. Because now you got the knowledge to do now you know what to do.
Yeah.
Now you're just waiting for the opportunity to do it. That's powerful. When you know what to do, you might not have the experience. This is why I said, I don't have the experience. You might not have the experience, but you got the knowledge. You should wait for the opportunity to get it, to do it.
Yeah, so let's look at the actionable steps to overcome procrastination, right? We've spoken about a lot already.
Yes.
So how do we build a blueprint for success?
Start small. Get started. Having these achievable goals. We always talk about small goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant or realistic, and time bound.
And also just getting an accountability group or accountability person.
Yeah, join the community.
Yeah,
that's opportunity in the community. Join the community.
Because that's an accountability community as well. Yeah. Yeah,
when we had workshops. You learn it. We learn in the community. We get lunch and learn, workshop, book clubs, masterminds. And then also you being coached. On these live trainings, on these workshops, you being coached. We taking action. There's accountability. You networking with other like-minded individuals. So there's a lot. I mean, I'm telling you. So
there's a lot you can
learn. It's a lot that you learn. But get into that accountability partner.
Get that accountability partner.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, a good example with myself as well. I knew that one of my goals for 2024 was to shed some weight. Not some, actually, a lot of weight. And because things were getting out of hand. As you can see, I'm a little trimmer today. Thank God. And I really did not want to use medication, especially in the beginning, because I really wanted my body to really
get in the habit.
Do it naturally.
Natural, okay.
And I've always said, once I'm actually kind of, my body is there and understanding, and I'm making it a lifestyle, I could look into speeding up the process, maybe for a month or two, not for long term as well, because some of these medications have really bad side effects. But just to help, because I'm over 40, so it's harder to break down fats and speed up my metabolism the natural way. But I've done this for 30 days already, where I was doing it naturally, and I've seen great results. And now it's just maintaining and trying just to continue the momentum. So my point is in making it in this example is that I had to start somewhere, and I needed an accountability group to help me, to encourage me.
Motivate
me. And I told myself, I just need that accountability group for 2 months. This month is my second month. They don't know that this is my last month. Because I really don't need them, because it takes 21 days to build a habit.
Yes.
And I'm now enjoying this healthy lifestyle but I knew that I needed an extra month to just drill it in, and I believe it's almost drilled in now, because I can now say no to junk when I see it. I'm not as tempted, because for me, food was a comfort. Still is. I go to food when I'm upset. I go to food when I'm happy. I go to food to pass time. But now I don't no longer need that, because I understand that I am messing up the only body that I have. So the decision is really up to you, how you want to overcome certain things in your life. Start small. And slowly, the next step will come. The next step will come. Yeah.
You want to write a book. Yeah. Start out by writing 200 to 300 words a day. Until you accomplish that. Until you accomplish writing that book and be able to publish it. Because each small task that you make is manageable. Manageable.
And like we said as well, if it's tough for you to do it alone, find someone with the same goals and push together, because two is better than one.
Yes,
if you are lazy that day, they're gonna push you. Come, Siza, let's do this. Yes. We can do it. And if they lazy the next day, you're the one who's gonna be pushing them to encourage them and say, hey, you got this. Remember, we've come too far. Because last week I only lost 1 pound and I wasn't so excited. And because I'm in an accountability group and I'm forced to submit my weigh-ins every week. I told them I'm disappointed that I only lost 1 pound, because I'm putting in the work.
Yes,
I'm getting up every morning. I'm exercising. I'm drinking what I'm supposed to drink. I'm eating what I'm supposed to eat. Maybe here and there I still have some snacks, after 6, but it's not like major snacks. And then comes back 1 pound loss. Like, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious? 7 days later? But then the beauty of the accountability group, they will tell you, even little accomplishments are better than nothing.
Yeah, compound interest.
You're moving towards the right direction. You started, don't look back. Yeah. And sometimes you just need to hear that.
And like I said, accountability, coach, these different things that you want to have. Because the coach, you don't have to be in the same goal. But the coach's job is to help you stay on track. And so you get hire a coach or whatever as well, but it's reasonable if you get accountability part. If you can grab your friend, and just
like my accountability group is not even expensive. Like I spend I think $10.
Yeah. So even like with that, you can stay in things like that to keep your and thing too. Even like with the community, you find that accountability partner, someone that you can network with and talk to, so that you can always have that that accountability to stick to your goals.
That wraps up today's episode on breaking barriers and shifting mindsets to overcoming excuses and the big word procrastination in the books. Okay, so if you are one of those people who are having a challenge with that, it would be wise for you to just go back again and listen to this episode again. And you might find tricks and tips on how to overcome procrastination. Because listen,
and overthinking and all these different strategies, blind spots. We get rid of these blind spots. Yes.
Yeah. So, chillers, as we close today, ask yourself this question: are you ready to take that single step forward, armed with growth mindset and the determination to conquer any hurdle, financial or otherwise, that stands in your way to become the person you are meant to become? Make sure to hit that like button as you contemplate on that.
Yes.
Share and subscribe for another dose of empowerment in every discussion that we have as the chillers. Until our paths cross again, stay inspired, stay awesome, keep growing, and keep chilling.
Yes.
Let's transform those barriers into bridges. And if you enjoyed this episode,
check out the next episode we have available for you. Join the book club. We have a book club coming out in April. Join the book club. It's on the Art of Folk. Looking forward to seeing you inside the community. Invest in yourself. And so we sign off with deuces. Peace.